Hey folks, this is Gabe with Security.org, and I don't know about you, but I've been trying to deck out every single fixture of my home with the Philips Hue light bulb. So today I'm checking out the Philips Hue Decorative Candle. In today's review of the Philips Hue Decorative Candle, I'm going to go over its design, its feature set, the installation experience before diving into its mobile application, the Philips Hue app, to make sure you have all the information you need to make the right decision. If you'd like to see a list of our favorite smart bulbs, Google Security.org Best Smart Bulbs. If you have a question about today's review, leave us a comment and I'll get back to you. Let's kick off today's review of the Philips Hue Decorative Candle, chatting about its design. Now it has a standard B39 form with a hard plastic base and clear plastic where the light actually emanates. Now the base is meant to be screwed into an E12 fixture. Now in terms of design, it's not gonna win any awards, but I do like the fact that it gives off 450 lumens, which is the equivalent of 40 watts of energy. But because it's LED, it's only going to use up 6.5 watts. So overall, those are my thoughts on the Philips Hue Decorative Candle's design. Moving on from the design, let's check out the feature set on the Philips Hue Decorative Candle. Now it has 450 lumens, 16 million colors possible on that RGB scale, and the ability to set up scenes and schedules, really matching the other smart bulbs in the Philips Hue ecosystem. But say you can't be bothered to set up a scene or a schedule where you have geofencing built in so it can go on and off when you leave and come back to your home. If that's not enough, you can control it with your voice with the Apple HomeKit, Amazon Alexa, and Google Assistant integrations. And if those integrations aren't enough for you, you've got security integrations with Nest and Xfinity, smart home product integrations with Samsung SmartThings and IoTTT. Overall, I continue to be impressed with the feature set brought by smart bulbs in the Philips Hue ecosystem. Whoa, hold on a second. I hope you're enjoying our review of the Philips Hue Decorative Candle. If you want to be kept up to date in smart bulbs, password manager, smart home security, subscribe to our channel, Security.org. We're dropping new content weekly. All right, let's get back to the video. Now that we've gone over the design and feature set of the Philips Hue Decorative Candle, let's talk about the installation experience. Now with any Philips Hue product, you have to have a Philips Hue bridge. It's just a little mini router that you plug into your home's router, and from there, once it's synced with your mobile application, you can add as many Philips Hue lights as you wish. Now for our Philips Hue Decorative Candle, it's a very straightforward process. Because we already have our Philips Hue bridge installed, we simply plug it into the lamp, go into our Philips Hue mobile application, hit Add Light. Once it searches for the light and finds it, we rename our Philips Decorative Candle, and we're ready to go. Put it into our room, begin setting scenes and schedules. It's overall a simple, easy process that took us less than 5 minutes. The final thing I want to delve into regarding the Philips Hue Decorative Candle is its mobile application, the Philips Hue app. Now this is where you're going to be doing most of the interfacing with the product in terms of setting up geofencing, scenes and schedules, and just changing the colors in your apartment to your fancy. Now it's trending upwards in the Android store where it has a 3.6 out of 5-star rating. And it does exceptionally well in the Apple App Store where it has a 4.4 out of 5-star rating. So let's go ahead and check it out on my iPhone 7 Plus. Here I am checking out the Philips Hue Decorative Candle in the Philips Hue mobile application. Now you'll know there's a lot going on this home screen. I've got every different Hue light turned to a different color. I have a zone set up, but let's go ahead and look at the functionality of the Baron candle, which I've placed in the candle light room in the Philips Hue app. So of course I can switch the colors up right here, go yellow and green, blue, whatever I'd like. Let's go back to that initial color. I could even set a scene just for the candle here. If I decide to say, candle me up, now I've got a new scene. I can change it to, let's say this yellowish green, hit save, and I can just go directly to that whenever I'd like to. But what if I want to have my candle be incorporated with the rest of my system? Well, then I would just go to new scene and go to the zone, which contains all of my Philips Hue main room. then I can choose whatever colors I want for my actual decorative candle, bloom lamp, just all the different Hue devices together, and then I can give that a name. So let's just call this main room blue. And voila. Anytime now I want to have all of my lights turn to a specific color, I can just go to that main room blue, or I can decide on the particular light I'd like and what scene I have for that one. So you get a lot of flexibility right here in the Philips app. But let's see what else we can do when it comes to scheduling. Well, Philips Hue doesn't call it a schedule, they call it a routine. So I can go into routine, and there are some that are built in, like home and away, which can actually use geofencing to turn your lights on and off. You can use the wake up, the go to sleep, which will kind of give you visual cues to wake up or go to sleep, or you can hit other routines where you make up your own. So if I want to make a custom routine, I can say at a specific time, let's say 1:50 p.m. on Sundays. And then I want it to be instant or 5 minutes. I can decide on the time I'd like. I'm gonna go with instant, and it's gonna say what should happen. Well, I wanna turn on my candle light, because that's my Baron candle, my Philips Hue decorative candle. And now the light will turn on at a specific time, and boom, we're ready to go. So overall, you get a lot of flexibility and functionality out of the Philips Hue decorative candle using the Philips Hue mobile application. The ability of the Philips Hue decorative candle to integrate with some of our favorite smart platforms like Apple HomeKit and Google Assistant really adds a certain degree of flexibility that comes in handy. For example, I can just say, turn Baron candle blue, and voila. Or if I really just want to have a moment of quiet and darkness, I can say, turn Baron candle off. And it's just as easy to turn it back on. Turn Baron candle on. So there's a couple things you can do with the smart platform integration and your Philips Hue decorative candle. All right, we've gone over a lot of elements regarding the Philips Hue decorative candle, but you need to know, Gabe, is it a product that I should add to my ecosystem? And I'll say this, it brings a lot of what we've come to expect from Philips Hue smart bulbs. The geofencing, the ability to set up scenes and schedules, the integration with your smart platform of choice, be it Apple HomeKit, Google Assistant, or Amazon Alexa. You're probably ready to go with just your voice and your Philips Hue decorative candle. That being said, it's a little bit on the spendier side. $49.99 is a lot to just complement the other smart bulbs in your home. But you know, if you're good for it, I do think that this really helps to round out your particular home's lighting system. So that concludes our review of the Philips Hue decorative candle. If you appreciate today's video, give us a like and hit that subscribe button. As always, this is Gabe at Security. Be secure.